Hey everyone, it's Skylar. Welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing well. This is going to be a different sort of video. I was originally going to be planning on doing like my week, what's happened this week with me and Benidorm, and I feel this is better. I really need to talk about this and to get this off my chest, because I'm sick of people coming on my channel, harassing me online, telling me that this and this. So I feel that I really need to clear the air. Because remember, I was the one that went through this. Nobody else. And I'm still, just let's say, I'm still getting hell for it, basically, because I've been accused of saying I am not, that this never happened. So I am going to go back from the beginning, from the original start. So yeah, so I was away in Fuerteventura, but before I was in Fuerteventura, I had a hospital appointment because I told the doctors I was a bit worried about something, and the doctors found me in an emergency appointment, like someone had a cancellation. So I went for the mammogram test because obviously I was a bit worried about my right breast. It just didn't feel right, just something wasn't right at all. And he said to me, and I said to him, I'm going away to Fuerteventura, can you do me a favour and call me if there's any issues? He said, yeah, no worries. I flew out to Fuerteventura a couple of days later for a few weeks, for like a couple of weeks, and while I was there, it was only a couple of days into my trip. I remember I was sitting on a bench and I saw Joseph, who's Cassia's dad, and I was sitting with somebody else, and my phone went off, and I answered the phone, and it was the hospital. This was in February of 2000 and I would say 2019. So it was like the end of January 2019, beginning of February. So I get the phone call and my heart just sank, and they told me on the phone, we found a lump, it's malignant, it's definitely a tumour, you've got breast cancer, but we need you to come home for more tests. So obviously came home. I told them the day when I was coming home. The day after I went for a mammogram. This was a Friday, mind you, this was a Friday afternoon. I went to the hospital and Peter picked up Tori. So next thing was goes there, has the test, and then I have to go and see the doctor afterwards. 1 second. Right, sorry about that, customers' music playing and I didn't want to get copyrighted. So anyway, as I was saying, obviously I needed to speak to the doctor, and the doctor said to me, you are so lucky where your tumour is. If your tumour would have been 6 centimetres up, you would have lost we would have had to basically take your whole entire breast off. And I went, is this treatable? I said, am I going to die? That's my exact words to the doctor. He said, no, report it in time, don't worry. If you would have come in a couple of months later, we probably wouldn't have been able to treat it. So you are very, very lucky. And I said, okay. I said, can I still go away? I said, because my anxiety issues they calm down when I'm on vacation. And he said, yeah, you can go on vacation, but don't be going away for too long and don't be in the sun for as long as you can. And I said, okay, because obviously I was planning this trip in the April, like the March and then the April. So obviously done all that, and they said your operation's going to be in May. And I said, okay. And obviously we're starting of like the pandemic, so it was kind of difficult. So obviously I was getting treatment a couple of times a week, and then all of a sudden I find out that someone had been going into my medical records without my permission. So I spoke to my doctor, and my doctor did actually confirm that somebody from the hospital has been giving information to people that shouldn't have been given to people about my treatments. So in the end, I called up my dad and I said, Dad, am I still covered on your private insurance for like any treatment? And he went, why? And I said, I've got cancer. I said, but I want the operation under the private treatments where they're gonna. And he said, okay, this is my dad. My dad went, my biological dad, by the way. He was a bit of a pain in the ass, but we won't get into that. So anyway, I'm like having treatments twice a week. I actually lost all of my eyebrows. My eyebrows only came back like about a year and a half ago. I lost most of my hair. My hair can never ever grow back long again. I lost hair everywhere on my body. Even my eyelashes were reducing, like hardly nothing. So obviously I was having treatments, and I was having 2 different types of treatments, and I was like having stuff pumped into me, I was having stuff put into me. It was horrible. So when I went under the private treatments, so it was easier so that no cyber stalkers could get into my records. So obviously we changed the days because obviously I wanted to try and spend time with my daughter as much as possible. So we changed the days to like a Monday and a Wednesday. So that's what we done. We changed the days. So it was okay. I was happy about that. So yeah, I was still getting treatment twice a week, and then I had a little bit of a surgery to remove the tumour, which was, they just cut me just under my breast. So I have a tiny little scar under my breast, and they removed the tumour. So I was happy about that, because they had to shrink it down and then take it out. That's how it worked with me. And then I had that surgery just before, like 2 days before pandemic. I was like, oh my god. Like 2 days before actual lockdown, and I was in shock. So obviously the only person that knew I was going in for surgery was my ex-husband Peter. He knew that I was going in for surgery. So I went in, got myself sorted, and then during like the pandemic, because it took me 4 or 5 months before I found out that 1, they got rid of the tumour, and 2, they put me under remission, because they were sure enough, but they just wanted to put me under remission so like everything's okay. It's been now almost 3 years that I've been in remission. The last time I was in hospital for anything was the beginning of May, and I got checked out, and cancer wasn't there, so there was no cancer there. So I felt better in myself to know that I'd been in remission for almost 3 years now. They've told me basically that cancer's probably never going to come back, but they said there's going to be like a 10% chance it'll come back, which is very, very slim. So So I was okay about it. Yes, I understand, and I want to put this out here. Yeah, I understand people have passed away from cancer, and I feel sorry for them. But I don't want people to fucking come at me to say, oh, I never had cancer, I never went through this. I was fucking ill after having chemo. I was in bed, fucking in pain, crying myself to sleep because I was just too tired, I was too lethargic, I was in too much pain. I was so grateful for Peter at that time because he was helping me, and Tori was helping me. But somehow she's got it in her head that I'm just such a liar. So I just wanted to put this out there. How everything happened, how I was diagnosed, how I went to hospital, how I had to change hospitals because people were going through my medical records. I still have private treatment now. My private treatment covers me here. So like even when I was in hospital, like a week and a half ago, I went to a private hospital, and they told me straight away within fucking 2 minutes I had fucking abscess. So yeah, so I'm covered out here for another year and a half, so it's all good. But yeah, I just don't appreciate anybody calling me a liar. I've said what I've said. This is how it happened. I can't imagine anybody going through what I went through. I saw my friend's dad having dripped in his arm, or having the fucking chemo to his hand, like his arm, and it was heartbreaking. But when I was under the private treatment, I was having it on my own. So I didn't have people's company, and it was so much harder, it was unreal. And I want people to realise that having cancer isn't a fucking game. Having cancer is fucking real. Yes, people have passed away from it, and I feel sorry for people, and I get that cancer can fucking kill you, and it can take it away from you. But I was so lucky they caught it in time. Like my friends, I went to school with a friend of mine. We don't really speak anymore. But her brother just wasn't feeling well one day. Went into hospital, found out he had cancer. 2 weeks later he passed away. And he was in his 30s. So I know, like, I value my life so much. I am blessed that I'm here every single freaking day. I just don't like appreciate anybody putting me down or criticising me, like, for telling me this and this. Like, you've got no right to. You've got no right to judge me. Like, you weren't there in the private hospital. You weren't there. Only Peter was. Peter was the only one that was there. And now that he's not here anymore, like, he hasn't got his thing to say. Like, at the end of the day, I know what I went through, and I went through hell. I went through hell for 22 months. 22 months. You just don't realise that. Almost 2 years of my life, I went through hell. At times I didn't think I was going to ever ring that bell. I fucking rang that bell. So you just don't realise how much hard it is. Like, unless you've gone through it yourself, you've got no right to judge me. Right? If you've had cancer yourself and survived it, I commend you. I fucking congratulate you. So have I. I'm free of cancer. I've been in remission now almost 3 years. But I just do not appreciate the fact that there's people that can come across on my channel or whatever to say this shit about me when they don't know half the shit I went through. Times I was in bed, I was so tired, I couldn't even do fucking nothing. Do you think that's nice? think that's nice to lay around in bed in pain, fucking tired, fucking lethargic, fucking, you don't want to do nothing, you want to fucking stay there and die. That's exactly how I felt. I didn't think I had a reason to live. I didn't think I had a reason to live back then. Unless you know personally that you've got it yourself, then you've got no right to judge me. You have no right to judge me. I know what I went through. I know the pain, the suffering, agony, everything, the tears, the lot. Yeah, they gave me CBD stuff, but it didn't even fucking help. I was fucking puffing on that shit and it was fucking making me worse. I think it was making me fucking better. No, the only thing that was making me fucking better was the fucking chemo. The crying out loud. So I just don't appreciate people coming on my channel, disrespecting me, criticising me, when they've got no right to judge me at all. I went through hell. I went through hell. When I found out I had cancer, I was fucking in tears. I thought I was going to die. Can you not understand that? Like, that's for all the bad people that have caused shit for me. Do you not realise that? You weren't there when I found out I had cancer. I was there and one other person was there. One other person, and he's a fucking tit. But at the end of the day, I'm here. I'm blessed to be here. I appreciate life every single fucking day. Don't even dare say I don't appreciate life. I fucking do appreciate life. I'm even blessed that I'm living in a fucking different country. So yeah, which is beyond my control. So yeah, I just want people to stop their fucking lying shittiness and stop saying shit about me. Because this has got to stop now. So I've said my piece. Look, I had cancer, went through it privately because of the fucking medical records. And by the way, they're getting done for that as well. Just thought so, let you know. No one goes in my medical records and gets away with it. You are going to be nipped. So yeah, that's why I went under private, and I have been private now for, oh God, almost 4 years, and I fucking feel better for it. Feel better. This is what I needed. I'm glad I have private medical insurance. I'm glad I'm under private medical care. No more fucking Verzachley Hospital for me. So, yeah. So, yeah. So, I just don't appreciate the fucking negativity, the fucking bad comments, the fucking slandering, the shit. If I'm getting told things, I'm gonna fucking say it. If I'm angry about it. But at the end of the day, I know what was wrong with me. I know I had cancer. I know the shit I went through with that. And I'm here. I am still here. And here's the thing for you guys that want to understand, like, I'm never going to have long hair again. I'm never going to have long, beautiful hair again. My hair has been the same practically for almost 4 years. And it's probably never going to change. It won't really grow again. There's no point in me getting a hair transplant because it'll just fall out. Because most of my hair falls out, so that's why I get it shaved so you don't see the bald patches. Because I do have bald patches in my head still, and a lot of bald patches since this. So I covered it very, very well. Even though you can see one like here. But at the end of the day, I know what I went through, and I just don't appreciate the fucking shit. Like, I am fucking brave as fucking... People say I'm stronger than I fucking know. And that's right, I am strong. But there's times where I just want to cry. And like, there's times where I've wanted to walk on the beach and just put myself in the water and not come out. There's times where I wanted to stab myself and not fucking come back. Don't forget, I tried to kill myself 6 times in one night. Even when I was in the hospital. This was within the private hospital in Manchester. I fucking tried to kill myself. I've admitted that I tried to kill myself. I'm not going to fucking sugarcoat the fact that I didn't try to kill myself. And that was last year. Because I went through so much. Unless you know what I went through, you have no right to judge me. I watched my dad's mum being murdered, which is my nan, on a WhatsApp call on April 7th, 2021. I was the last person to speak to my cousin on August 1st when I was on vacation in Italy, before my cousin killed herself. So I was the last person to see my nan's sister, because we went out for something to eat when we were in Venice, when I went to Venice last year. Next thing I knew, she fell over and she fucking died. So, and she passed away. So I went through a lot. You don't know what I went through. People think, oh, they went through bad. Imagine watching your own nan being murdered by somebody you fucking know. By someone you know. And I just don't appreciate all this negativity, and I just don't appreciate all this bad comments come toward me. Yeah, I know being on YouTube, yeah, someone's gonna fucking not fucking agree with what I'm gonna say, but you don't know what I've gone through, so why have you got a right to judge me? Why have you got a right to criticise me? If you were there in that private hospital in Manchester where I was getting treated, because now my medical records are shut. The only person that's now got access to them is me and my dad, because my dad's actually my next of kin. Sorry, Peter. Yeah, my dad is my next of kin, but that will have to be changed again for somebody else. So at the end of the day, me and my dad and the doctors are the only people that have access to my fucking files from now on. So yeah. So next time, when you want to try and take my fucking medical records, it won't happen again. Because they're fucking sealed shut. So you won't be getting them. You need my permission and you're not getting it. No one is getting access to my medical records ever or ever again. Because I know what's in them. I've got stuff about cancer, I've got stuff about my surgeries, I've got stuff about my knee surgery, I've got stuff about my brain, and other little issues wrong with me that I had at the time when I was little, which that's my private information, not nobody else's. So to get your facts right, I've said what I've said. If you don't like the truth, get off my channel, unsubscribe to me. I do not care, but this is what I went through. I'm still in remission. I still have problems with my hair because I've still got bald patches. So even trying to have dark hair or whatever colour hair doesn't really cover it up. But this is the best way where my hair is now, and it is covering things up. So, yeah. That's all I'm going to say, because if I carry on ranting and raving, I will end up going off on one, and I don't want to go off on one. But at the end of the day, saying it like this, I had cancer, I'm in remission, I've survived cancer, and if you don't like the truth, then there you go. About time I said the fucking truth. Yeah, maybe I've talked about this before, but I wanted to set things straight. Because nobody knew when I went to the private hospital in Manchester. Only me and Peter did. So like, there you go. I went through hell. I went through hell with that. And I get treated like shit. No fucking thank you very much. No more fucking Miss Nice Skylar. I am fucking done with all this fucking bullshit. Like, you wanna fucking treat me like shit? You wanna treat me like shit? Go ahead. Come to Benidorm and treat me like shit. You won't like what you won't like what you find. You won't like the person that you be talking to. Like, but for any nice people, if you're around, come and say hello. I'll be vlogging bits and bobs whenever. So yeah, so just come and say hi. So yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. This wasn't an easy video to make, obviously, but I really needed to talk about this. So yeah, anyway, I do hope that you enjoyed this. For all my true friends that know and understand my situation, I appreciate you, I thank you, and I thank you for being part of my live video last night, especially with Jen. So Jen, thank you so much for being a part of my video last night. It was much appreciated for you to take your time out your day and just talk away and just have a natter away. And I apologise if I missed anybody's messages, like Bruce's and Sean's and that. I was just in the middle and enthralled in Jennifer's conversation. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Turn that notification bell on. You get a brand new video from me very, very soon. So stay gaudy, have unpleasant dreams, and I will see you all in the next video. Ciao, ciao. Bye.